These are the top 7 quality tools that I would invest in first. I've got a lot of nice tools, but these are for sure the first 7 that I would get, and I'll explain why for each one because each one has a different reason. But each of these is worth their weight in gold because they make your work easier, faster, and they're all pretty cool. But we'll go ahead and hop into number 1, and it is the Knipex Cobalt Cutters. Now, the reason why this is number 1 is because I don't think these get enough love, and you guys, these are fantastic. They are mini bolt cutters, and when I tell you that these things are absolute beasts of pliers, these things will cut anything. These are what I use when I don't want to damage my diagonal cutters. If there's something really hard, I can cut legitimately anything. They cut screws, nails, aircraft cable, anything you want to cut, you name it. These things are an absolute unit. This is probably one of my favorites on the list, but you want to make sure that you get the right set because I have 2 pairs of these now, and it was a mistake. It was a huge mistake, like a $65 mistake the first time I got the wrong pair. I wanted the flush cut pair. Turns out they weren't hardened like these. These are actually made to cut hard surfaces. However, those pliers that I got the first time were for plastics only, and they just weren't it, all right? Not for what I wanted, but these things they are not a flat flush cut, but they do absolutely everything that I could ever ask or dream of. These things are phenomenal. This is the Comfort Grip, and it's the 8-inch pair, and I'm telling you guys, it's a lot of goodness here in this set of pliers. Next up, this set here, this is going to include a couple different things, but these are Wera screwdrivers. Now, what this is going to represent is a quality set of screwdrivers. Now, I know what you might be thinking. My set from Harbor Freight or from Lowe's or whatever kind of screwdrivers you have work great, and they're not expensive. However, this set here isn't expensive either. You just have to get the right set. When I tell you that these are the highest quality screwdrivers that I've ever used, I mean, they blow anything out of the water that I've ever used. This is an old set now. I've used this for quite a while, but there's some marks on the tip of this, and they're finally starting to wear away now, but they actually help grab screws better, like to the point where this flathead can sit in a device screw and hold itself up. Now, I got an old one and a new one here for you. On the new one, the one that's barely been used, hardly at all, this is just a flathead screw that I'm holding. Like, this is ridiculous. Flathead screw. This is what the new driver looks like, and it lasts for forever. Even without the little, I promise I thought it was gimmicky too when I saw it. Even without the lines on there, they're phenomenal. They're incredibly ergonomic. This is the insulated set. If you want an insulated set, the cost doesn't go up at all. It's really the same price as their regular set. If you don't want the insulated set, the regular set's also great, but they're extremely ergonomic. The yellow is a rubber. The red is a harder plastic, but it fits in my hand so nicely. And this is a terrible screw to try on too. Like, this screw is garbage. Look at that. That's just awesome. I love that. And in the same slot as their regular drivers, we also have their beaters. This is actually considered a chisel driver, but this thing's a beast. I talk about this one a lot here on the channel. It's like one of my favorite tools. I absolutely love tools from Wera. This one is also just a phenomenal option. It's got a metal cap on the back here. It beats, it pries, it destroys everything in its path. If you're looking for a quality set of screwdrivers, you guys, they're really very inexpensive, especially for what you get, to the point where it's not a big deal. Even if you buy a pack every year, it's worth it, especially to get that kind of grip on a screw. It's just insane. Coming in hot at number 3, the Wera Joker wrench. These are so much better than any other adjustable wrench that I've ever used. This is the version with the angled head that is reversible, so you can decide the direction. Now, a couple things that make this fantastic, and you can actually see there's a small overlap on the back side here that actually stops nuts from going all the way through. Now, we'll just place this nut in here, and boom, it's held in there. That way, you can actually push, and when you get it on there, it doesn't go past being perfectly placed. That's a phenomenal feature. and it still goes through the other direction too. So I can actually pass it through the way that has the stoppages. It just catches when it goes through the other direction. That is a phenomenal thing to put on a wrench. It also allows you to just hold a nut in the actual wrench. Obviously, when I turn it the other way, it's gonna fall out, but that makes it like incredibly useful for trying to reach something if you don't have both your hands. We all know wrenches can be difficult, especially like this. These things are sweet. It's also got a fantastic return angle. Most wrenches are like 60 degrees and this one's 30. Those are the numbers on it. That doesn't really mean much to me. I don't know if it means anything to you. However, I know that the ratchet is fantastic. It's got a fantastic function on it. I know it works well. That's what I do know. And last time I checked, this thing here, there's actually a set that's on sale that I tagged, not in the description, but in the actual product of the video that's on YouTube. So if you guys are looking to get these on a huge deal, if it's still on there, it'll be posted. But everything else will have links in the description, so you guys can find all of that down there. But these wrenches are so far above any other wrenches that I've used. They have some awesome details too. You can see the little Wera sign on the actual, on the dial here for rotating it. That's awesome. They're all color coded. This one is 7/16 and I have 9/16 here as well. I have two other sizes, but these are the two that I use the most often for 1/4 inch and 3/8 hardware. But these things have been phenomenal to use. These next two are going to be in the same category because I talk about them a lot on the channel because I'm a big believer. Okay, Knipex, yes, it's pronounced Knipex. Pliers, these are adjustable pliers of two different styles. This is the adjustable wrench style. This is the Cobra. Okay, these are considered water pump pliers right here, and they're phenomenal for turning anything. They are absolutely amazing. They're the best adjustable pliers I've ever used in my life. This head shape makes it so much better. It makes the teeth a lot more aggressive. These things don't slip at all. They will mar your pipe before they slip. And all of these little teeth in here, those are all layers that you can choose. So you'll have the exact size that you're looking for when you go to grab your pipe, your nut or bolt, whatever it is. Okay, so these things are awesome. Very similar. The Pliers wrench, they have a flat jaw here. They don't mar anything. There's no teeth. These are great for things that are going to be seen. They're great for plumbing fittings. They're great for nuts and bolts, things that you don't want to mess up. They also have a ton of teeth and they stay perpendicular at every point in time. This is an adjustable wrench, but better, like way better. Not even in the same league as an adjustable wrench. And these are my 7 and a 1/4 inch pair with the comfort grip handles in the chrome. And these are the 10-inch pair and with the regular handles. I don't love dipped handles on anything but my Cobras till the day I die. I have a pair of the insulated. I don't care for those as much. I really, really like the thin handles on this. They have a lot more texture to them. These are by far my favorite water pump pliers. And these are just, they're a game changer. They really are. But like I said, I talk about them a lot here. So I wanted to not put them all in one. But how could you do 7 tools that you want to invest in without putting the Pliers wrench and the Cobras in there? I mean, come on, people. Number 5, I got a lot of slack for this last time, but a fantastic impact. Now, when I say fantastic, I mean brushless, not just brushless. I mean fuel for Milwaukee, whatever the professional line is. This thing will change your life. If you can get 1/4 inch bits for all your stuff, you'll barely use a drill ever. It's gonna make things super easy. You're gonna use this instead of a screwdriver like 75% of the time once you get used to it, because it has different settings down here. So I can put it on speed 1, 2, or 3. There's also a 4th setting for self-tappers so you don't strip out screws. But this thing is phenomenal. I use the M12 a lot. This is the M18. You don't necessarily need an 18 volt, but if you're gonna get one or the other, I'd get the 18 so you have everything you need. This thing will do anything, like anything, and it'll make your workflow easier once you get in the habit of using it and using it properly and not stripping out screws. And then you're gonna be like, wow, this is so much faster than using my hands. Fuel all the way. If you're not a Milwaukee fan, if your company's not a Milwaukee company, then get whatever brand that they get. Most big brands have fantastic professional lines. Just make sure that you get the professional line of whatever tool brand you get. I'm not even going to pretend to know what the other professional lines are because I don't care. I'm a Milwaukee guy. I like Milwaukee. Coming in at number 6 is going to be a tool belt. Now, depending on your company, it's going to differ of what you do. Some companies, like the one that I came up in, they used a pouch. It was just a small pouch. I see some electricians with like 50 pounds of tools on their body, and I don't know how their hips handle it all the time. But mine is a little bit lighter right now, which is great. I move well. I feel great. Just look at the guys around you, whatever they're doing, whatever people in your trade like to do, or whatever works for your workflow, more importantly. That's the easiest way to do it. This one here is the Occidental leather tool pouch on a 2-inch belt. I've got a tape measure holder back here, and I've got a clip from Gatorback, I believe, which is super cool. But it holds everything I need. I'm even missing a couple things right now because my screwdrivers go in here just like that. I have room to put in extra pliers if I'm doing something funky, something different than what I normally do. My knife just slides into that little pouch there. I can set, you know, my pair of Cobras back here in the top, and you guys can see in here I've got ample extra room for anything that I want to do. It's great. These are the tools that I keep not just with me whenever I go to work, but these are the tools that I keep on my body, and it allows me to carry tools. Or I hang my impact on this when I'm carrying it around on this little tape clip. That way I don't have to have my hands full. I can carry material, I can work, and everything's by my side. I don't like keeping stuff in my pockets. I feel like I always stab myself somehow or another, and I'm not a fan of that. So number 6 is a tool pouch. And number 7 is a quality tool bag. This is a Veto Pro Pac. This is my baby. This is the MCT Blackout. I love this bag. It's got phenomenal storage. As you guys can tell, it's quality, right? Do you see this handle up here? This is not a handle to play with. And then I also have my backpack, which I keep this thing with me every day. I try to get away with cheap, expensive tool bags for a long time. And then I bought a Veto, and then I bought like 3 of them. I love Veto Pro Pac. They're phenomenal for so many different reasons, all of which you can check out in this video up here to hear all about this backpack, to see how I use it and why I love it and what all I have in it. Remember, you guys, it's all for his glory, and I will see you guys on the next one.